to my channel. I'm Beth Eland. If you have a block, please have that by the top of your mat. If you don't have one, it's not completely necessary. It'll just help with one of our postures. We're going to begin. Just take a nice, comfortable seat. You can be cross legs or seated on your heels, whatever's most comfortable for you. We're going to take a few minutes here to connect with the breath. Notice how your breathing is and begin to slow it down. As you inhale, all of the breath moves into your belly, up to your chest, and fills up all the way to the top of your head. And exhale, get all of that breath out of the body. Inhale, fill up with breath. And exhale, let it go on your own. Trying to breathe as slowly as you can. Maybe making the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. We'll start with some neck rolls. So bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Let gravity take hold of your head. And dip your chin towards your chest. Bringing your left ear to your left shoulder. And then reversing directions, dipping your chin back into your chest. And right ear to right shoulder. Please move slowly and mindfully, taking care for the tiny little wounds in your neck. But we still want to feel a little bit of a sensation in the back of the neck and the sides. Slowly on your own breath, your own slow, deep breath. And you can come back up to neutral. We're going to start with some cat-cows. If you have your block with you, have that by the top of the mat. We're going to use it when we do our standing poses. So as you inhale, your cow pose, reach your chest forward. Exhale, round your shoulder blades forward. Feel on your own breath. Inhale, curl the tailbone upward. And exhale, curl it down. We'll come back to neutral, tuck your toes under, push your hips up for a nice down dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky and put that foot up in between the hands, dropping your right knee down for a low lunge. Exhale, plant your palms back down. Lift that right knee up off of the mat. Place your right hand down right below your face and twist open to the left. And you can either have your arm up like I have here, or you can keep it on your hip. Exhale, come back into a down dog and switch sides. Right leg comes rising up and low lunge. Same thing, exhale, left hand comes right below your face. Lift up that right knee or left knee and reach your right arm up overhead or leave it on your hip, whatever is more comfortable for you. Trying to keep your hips level. Exhale, plant your palms, push back into down dog. Reach your left leg back up. This time bend your knee and stack the hips briefly. And exhale, pull that left leg forward for a high lunge this time. You can either keep your hands on your hips or you can lift them up overhead, whatever you like to do. And maybe step that right foot in an inch or two to plant that heel down so your foot is resting at a 45-degree angle. And this is your warrior one, keeping your hips nice and level. You can keep your hands on your hips or lift them up overhead. Go ahead and straighten the front leg, fold forward from the hips, and if you have your block, put that on its highest level right next to your foot or right underneath your face, or an open twist out to the left. And you're trying to keep your hips nice and level, so you might need to move that back foot in a ways or adjust where the block is sitting. Just make sure it feels comfortable for you before you reach your arm up overhead. Exhale, go ahead and untwist, rebend that front leg, and step back into down dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky, bend your knee, stack the hips. Exhale, bring that foot forward in between the palms. High lunge, reaching up overhead or keeping your hands on your hips. Step that back foot forward an inch or two, planting that heel down. Your foot is angled at 45 degrees. Your toes are pointed up towards the upper left side of the mat. Hips are level. You can always place one hand on your low belly and one hand on your low back to level out your hips. Straighten that front leg, fold forward, and like the other side, place that block below your face or right below your shoulder and twist out to the right. Breathing deeply here. If you're not breathing, you went too far. Let an exhale, rebend into that front knee, step that back foot back, and downward dog. Really reaching through the hips. You're done with the block now. Come into a plank pose. Come forward. If you need to drop to your knees, you can. No problem with that. We're going to roll into a side plank. So pull all your weight onto your right hand. Roll onto the outside and inside of your feet for your side plank. And here I'm showing where you can place your knee on the mat for this modified side plank. So whatever option is better for you on this day, in this moment. Exhale, come back to your neutral plank pose and switch sides. So roll over onto the opposite side, either staying up with your hips nice and level with the rest of your torso or bringing that left knee down to the mat. Exhale, come back to your neutral plank. Lower all the way down to your belly, uncurl your toes, and do a Sphinx pose here. So I know the grass is tall, it's a little hard to see, but my elbows are right underneath my shoulders. I'm shooting my chest nice and forward, shining that light towards the front and rolling my shoulders back. You can bring your right arm to about a 45-degree angle and pull your left leg in for a nice deep quad stretch. And you can keep your upper body lifted or you can lower your head down so your forehead meets your palm, meets the back of your palm like I'm showing here. Really engage through the quads, pointing energy out that left knee. And switch sides, so come back up to your Sphinx. Adjust your left arm, and pull that right leg in, holding on to the ankle or the top of the foot, and either staying up in your Sphinx or lowering down like how I am here. Breathing deeply. Your thighs should be parallel to one another. Engage the thighs. Go ahead and let that go. One more time with your Sphinx. And as you exhale, push yourself back up to table, bringing your hips to your knees, and move into a child's pose. So you can either keep your knees together or move them as wide as the mat, and then lower down until your forehead either meets the mat, your two stacked fists, or you can put a block underneath your forehead, whatever is most comfortable for your neck. We're going to take several deep breaths here. Breathing in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Ah. Letting your whole body sink down, breathing into the back ribs, into the kidney band. Softening the shoulders, letting your heart melt. And as you're ready, go ahead and push yourself up and roll to one side to take a seat, however most comfortable. Just however you begin, cross legs or on your heels. Palms come together to touch. I will close our practice by chanting Om. Om. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video.